Shalom. Praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Dash. Double honors unto the elder apostles of great Muslim as well. And shalom to the whole full lot. This is Paya Allah. And this is news and prophecy and news update. The date today is um, the 4th of November, 4th of December 2025, I believe. And or the 3rd of December 2025. But the hopeful year of deliver destruction, deliverance, and judgment. I've got a couple articles here just to update you on the current affairs going on within the world that are of some yeah, that show that's my favorite word right now, foreshadow. All right, the impending doom placed upon this earth. All right, so the first one I got is from Pew Research.org, and the headline reads: Americans are following the news less closely than they used to. All right. So, as the headline reads, this is we had this during the period of the pandemic where you had something known as that was coined as news fatigue, where people grew tired of basically reading the news due to the hammering away of the updates of the pandemic and the wearing away of the will of the people to basically keep in the loop. They just basically just you know desensitized to all the different news coming out, and you could say that's definitely by design, right? Because these people are basically on autopilot. They just want to live their lives, all right. But with that being the case, they're basically willingly walking into the time of the end, all right? Whether they're willing or unwillingly, they're technically willingly doing it because they just said, you know what, I don't care. Do with me what you will, as long as I get to, do the things that I like to do. So it says the share of Americans who say they follow the news all or most of the time has decreased since 2016. So this even predates the pandemic, all right, 4 years prior. According to nearly a decade's worth of Pew Research Center surveys, the shift comes amid changes in platforms people use for news and declining trust in news organizations. As of August 2025, 36% of US adults say they follow the news all or most of the time. That is down from 51% in 2016. That's crazy. All right, you had half of the population, just over. You could say the majority of the people in America used to follow the news, but now it's down to nearly a fourth, or you could say a third of people. All right. The first time we asked this question, in turn, growing shares of Americans say they follow the news less closely. 38% now say they follow it some of the time, up from 31% 2016. 18% say they follow it only now and then compared to 12% in 2016. Meanwhile, the share who say they hardly ever follow the news has been relatively stable, 7% in 2025, 5% in 2016. Right? People in every age group are less likely now than in 2016 to say they follow the news all or most of the time. But older Americans remain more likely than younger adults to do so. Bear me 1 second. Oh shit, is that what to do it? Bruh. Bugging, man. I got mad. Salakia. Hey, just fucking realized, man. It was. I got mad. Shit. Your boy's tired today. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. plantation is having me up. All right, so I read on. So it says, I'll read this paragraph again. So it says, people in every age group are less likely now than in 2016 to say they follow the news all or most of the time. But older Americans remain more likely than younger adults to do so. For example, 62% of adults 65 or older now say they follow the news all or most of the time. That's down 30%, 13 percentage points since 2016. The decline is similar 12 points among adults under 30. However, this age group followed the news much less closely to begin with. 15% now say um, they follow the news all or most of the time, down to 27% from 2016. All right, so check. Uh, um, it says this decline in Americans' attention to the news over the years has also occurred across other demographic groups, including education, gender, race, ethnicity, and political party. But the drop has been steeper for some other groups than others. So it says, for instance, 50%, 7% of Republicans and independents who lean Republicans said they follow the news all or most of the time in 2016. In 2025, 36% say the same. It decreases 21 percentage points. By comparison, the share of Democrats and Democratic leaners who closely follow the news has dropped by 10 points from 49% to 39%. Republicans' trust in national and local news outlets has also declined more than Democrats since 2016, and Republicans are much less likely than Democrats